So, this is my first internet video. I'd kind of wanted it to be something a little more scripted and planned out. But I saw some stuff last night that I had to talk about today. This would be relevant today. And on top of that, I'm mad about it now, and it won't be later. So this is completely unscripted. This is just me talking. So last night, on Shark Week, the Discovery Network decided to air a show called Shark of Darkness, the Submarine Shark. Now, I can't speak to the whole thing because I turned it off. It pissed me off. I was done with it. I didn't need to see any more of it. Not my thing. Now, it could have just been a bad show. That's whatever. But here's the problem that I have with this show. This is Shark Week on the Discovery Channel. Now, I don't know about a lot of you, but Shark Week's been a big thing of my life. It's been around since 1987. I was born in 84. So, I was 3 years old when Shark Week started. I've been watching the show since I was a little kid, and I love sharks. I am a huge shark fan. I have been since I was little, and one of the major reasons why is because of Shark Week. This used to show real documentaries, real stuff, real interesting factoids. It's been one of the best things at showing that sharks are not mindless killing machines like Jaws showed us all. This isn't what Shark Week is for. It's about learning and discovering new things, and that sharks are powerful, amazing creatures that aren't horrible killing machines that are going to eat us all in our sleep. That's not what Shark Week's for. You know, last year was pretty terrible when they showed that megalodon thing. But I guess I'd kind of hoped that they learned their lesson last year after getting destroyed in the press and on social media, but they didn't. So they had another one this year. And it was obvious, too. I mean, good lord, like 5 seconds in, you could see the terrible CGI on the fins. I mean, look, I'm not knocking Sharknado when I say this, but the CGI in Sharknado is that level. Because Sharknado is what Sharknado is. It's a dumb, fun movie. So, that's whatever. But that's the other thing. Sharknado is a movie. In no way does it pretend to purport to be a documentary. It doesn't have fake scientists doing talking head bits. The submarine shark is 30 feet long. You know, that's what that is. It's the worst part about it is, really, is it's dangerous. That's the thing that really bothers me. More than anything. Whatever, you can show whatever the fuck you want. But when you present something on in a documentary style, on a channel known for its nature documentaries, in a week known for showing real shows about these animals, it sets a dangerous precedent. Because, here's the thing. People believed this shit. Lots of them. You go on Twitter, there's two tweets about this. Two kinds of tweets about this thing. That's it. One kind, people like me going, what the fuck is this bullshit Discovery? We know it's fake. It's obvious it's fake. You used to make great shark documentaries. Go back to doing that. That one before about Colossus was kind of interesting. You had some really cool stuff in there. There was the whole learning that some great white sharks work in groups, like pack hunting. That's fascinating. Do that. Go look at that shit. Instead, you want to write a 2-hour documentary about fake sharks. So yeah, it was one type was us being pissed off. The second type, people believing it. Like, oh my god, like, give me a second here. Alright. These are some actual tweets that people tweeted at Submarine Shark, which is the thing. And here's the other thing about that. Is there's actually some evidence about a submarine shark thing. I mean, it's an old fisherman's tale in South Africa. But part of it is complete bullshit. Like, not even the show. Apparently, a bunch of journalists got together and started looking up, or started deciding if they could fake a whole bunch of people out with this, kernel of truth. We get this little kernel of truth, we fake people out, maybe, we'll get some new stuff. It's just a thing they could try to do. This journalist, I don't know the details of that. I read that on a blog post. It sounded pretty accurate. But, so there's a kernel of truth to all this mess. There was a shark that someone saw that was pretty fucking big. And he told his buddies about it, and they went, oh man, that's a big fucking shark. That's it. The name came from the article with the journalists. None of this happened. And it's the worst thing is it was easily verified. Like, this big boat crash where the shark ate like 12 people or some shit happened this year. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't remember a news story about a big fuck off shark eating bunches of people on a boat. I think I'd have heard about that. I mean, for God's sakes, this news people in this country go crazy when a lemon shark bites some dude's calf. So a giant white shark eating like 12 people on a boat would have been on the news, especially with footage. Like, they supposedly had footage. Come on now. If that was true, we'd have all heard about it. There's no way we wouldn't have. Doesn't matter what country it happened in. There's a couple of years ago, I remember when they had that whole news thing, Summer of the Shark, and they neglected to mention that despite the fact that there were a bunch of shark attacks in a small period of time, that shark attacks were down that whole year. So our news media loves talking about sharks biting people. It's one of their favorite things. It's easy. So, anyway, the second kind of tweets. People believing this crap, okay? Second kind of tweets. People believe in this crap. Discovery should just... Oh, no, that's a bad one. That's one of them making fun of it. It's just, yeah, it's two kinds of tweets. People being pissed off or just nuts. Hashtag Shark Week came in hot last week. Submarine Shark is both terrifying and incredible at the same time. Hashtag much respect for Sub. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here. I was going to, but it's just making me mad. And it's boring. So, we're not going to do that. But that's the thing, is there's tons of people tweeting about believing this. And this is so amazing. It's so incredible. This is dangerous. Sharks already have a terrible reputation. They've had a terrible reputation forever. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Shark Week was so amazing, is it didn't pander to this bullshit. I mean, yes, Jaws is a great movie. Don't get me wrong, I love Jaws. Jaws 2 is fun, stupid shit. The Jaws movies are great. Shark movies are fun. But shark movies, one, have caused problems. I mean, Jaws led to a massive slaughter of sharks, so much so that Peter Benchley has apologized for writing the book. I mean, that's one of the problems I have with this thing. It isn't just about making a fake documentary and purporting it as real. It's about making a fake documentary, purporting it's real, about a creature that already has a bad reputation. And it doesn't deserve that reputation. People are going into the ocean. That's where sharks live. That's their domain. It's not ours. We don't live in the ocean. We live on land. So, to some degree, shark attacks are entirely preventable by not swimming. I'm not saying that should be the way, but shark attacks are rare. They're rare. And we shouldn't be focusing all of our attention on shark attacks. And I just really frustrated. I love Shark Week. I used to just go giddy about Shark Week. When I was a little kid, it was one of my favorite weeks of the year to watch all the shark documentaries. just fascinating. I had this poster. It's still around someplace. It's going to go up eventually. But it was, it's this giant poster. And it's sharks. Bunch of sharks. All the ones that have been put to attack people, how many attacks. But it was a cool poster. It was, it had great whites and tiger sharks and hammerheads and makos. It was so cool. I loved the poster as a kid. So I'm a huge shark fan. I love Shark Week. But I can't do this shit anymore. If they're going to keep doing this with these fake documentaries, and they are, because here's the other shitty kicker. They did this last year with that Megalon thing, and it was bad. I mean, it was dumb. But the worst part about Megalon is, at least apparently with this submarine shark bullshit, Shark of Darkness, really? That's your name? But anyway, so the Shark of Darkness bullshit, they did this last, at least with the Shark of Darkness bullshit. They admitted, they said it was a dramatization, which is complete bullshit because it wasn't a dramatization. In order for something to be a dramatization, it has to have fucking happened, and it didn't. It didn't happen. There was no shark. Just dead 8 people in this boat. It didn't happen. So, but okay, whatever. They at least sort of admitted that it was fake. They didn't do that with Megalon until everyone posted their ass to the wall. Like, hey, that picture's this picture, but with stupid shit added to it. What? But anyway. But here's the thing. It's 2 years in a row they've done this shit, which means they're going to do it again. But even worse than that, they're re-airing Megalodon this year. The terrible, awful, shitty CGI Megalodon. Bullshit. I mean, Sci-Fi Channel would say, no, we're good. We're good. We'll stick with Mega Shark versus Sharkosaurus. Or Octoshark, or whatever. Anyway. So they're re-airing this thing. And then they're going to re-air a sequel. Megalodon. New evidence. There's no evidence. It doesn't exist. It's extinct thousands of years ago. That's what happened to Megalodon. There's no secret thing. It could not survive. Every reputable biologist in the world says that Megalodon cannot survive today and not have been seen. The amount of food it would take to sustain a body that big would be noticeable. These are just things that exist. This is fact. And again, I wouldn't necessarily mind these things as a shitty horror movie. Like if you wanted to make a mockumentary about shark documentaries and air it on Sci-Fi Network or with clear delineations. This is a fiction. None of the events in here depicted are reality. Blah, blah, blah. Just make it clear it's fake. I wouldn't necessarily think Shark Week's the best place for it because it's counter to the entire point of Shark Week, which is to show sharks with documentaries and facts and actual information about sharks. But if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to make a fake documentary about sharks, that could be kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch the documentary all the way through because I was disgusted by it. I just was like, this is wrong. You did it to me again, Shark Week. Fuck you. I don't know if I'm going to watch it the rest of the week. I'm definitely not watching Friday when they show Megalodon again, because fuck that shit. But it pisses me off. It's wrong. And if you want to do this. But make it clear it's fake. And air it someplace else. You can't. You've been good, responsible for so much good. There's been so much awareness that Shark Week has brought to this world. And by doing this shit, you're squandering it away. You're making Jaws again, basically. And there's nothing wrong with Jaws, but most biologists and shark scientists and most marine biologists and shark scientists and the like to admit, Joss has done a lot of. I mean, it's a great movie. It's a fun movie, but it really caused a lot of problems for sharks in the 70s and 80s. Not that there weren't problems before, because sharks have always had problems because people hate them. But Shark Week has done a really great job of bringing back that awareness that these are nature's top predators. These are creatures that we need to have. They have to exist in our oceans, or else our oceans will die. And so it's been a really great ambassador for sharks and for this stuff. And this isn't going to help at all. So that's my video. I'm going to stop now because I'll just keep talking, yelling, and waving my hands around. I wanted this to be a little more professional. I mean, for God's sakes. This is my lighting setup right now. 3 lamps. But, like I said, I didn't have time to really plan this out. It was kind of like, I saw the shit, it pissed me off, and so, time to go. So, I'm sorry, I'm starting to write some other stuff. I want to get some of that out, but as of right now, this will just be my first video on the internet. So, if you ever listen to this, if you see it, there you go. And if Discovery Channel, if you ever see this, go back to the way it was, please. I love Shark Week, and I want to love it again. Thanks, guys.